Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to be working from Dory Greenspans around my French table, and we're going to be making her salted butter breakups. These are a cookie that you bake as like a whole cookie and then break it up. It is very much about the butter, but you do not use salted butter despite the name. You just add quite a bit of salt to it because it is supposed to be a little bit salty. And it comes from a region of France where butter is prized. She says it is a tradition in the Poitou region. So I don't think I've ever been there, but there's a lot of butter in France all over the place. So it's a super simple recipe that I can make with stuff that I already had in my house because I did not want to leave the house today. And I did not want to do much of anything. I'm trying to eat from the freezer and the pantry. It's January. I'm trying to do all that. This is a good recipe for that because I have all of the ingredients. It does come together in a food processor. So in here, I'm adding all-purpose flour that I have already measured, and granulated sugar, again, that I've already measured, and some salt. She says that the usual thing they use is a celery, which is a gray salt, but I don't have that. I have had Celtic gray salt. The one I've had has been a finely ground salt, but she says to use a larger crystal salt. I'm using my usual kosher salt for this, so hopefully it's enough. And because the kosher salt that I usually use is a little bit less salty, I went with the whole amount. The recipe has, between this much and this much. I went with the maximum amount in here. First thing we're going to do is just get this mixed up in here. Pulse it a few times. No big deal. And now we're going to add the butter. And that's the other good thing about this recipe. I did not have to soften my butter because it is supposed to be cold. So I cut it up, put it in the refrigerator, and left it there until we were ready for it. These are in pieces of approximately half a tablespoon. So we're just going to put all of these in here. And again, pulse it until we have a coarse meal where we'll have some sort of larger pea-sized pieces and then some flakes, she says, smaller flakes. So let's take a look at that and see what we think. I think we have a few larger pieces, but nothing really, really big. And we're not done. We have to add some water. Cold water, so I put some ice in a glass, ice water in a glass, and we're just going to dip from there. This is what I also do for pie crust. So does she say add it gradually? I'm going to start with this much because I know we're going to need at least that much. I almost always end up using more than the recipe says. I don't know if my flour is just always dry or what, but yeah, we're going to do more than that for sure. I don't actually have to open it up every time. I'm going to just take this off and put some in. Now that is the minimum. She says 3 to 5 tablespoons. We'll see how much I need. Nowhere near. It's supposed to resemble well, it's supposed to start to come together into a ball, which I have not seen yet. So this is 5, which is what she says is sort of the maximum. We'll see if we need more. I think we will. I almost always do. Yeah, we are not anywhere near coming together as a ball. So I'm going to do another one and keep going. I kind of feel it. If I squeeze it together, it stays together, but I don't think we are quite there yet. Feel like we're almost there. Actually, we might actually be there. So now when I squeeze it, it definitely stays together, and it feels a little tiny bit sticky. So I think we're good. I think I used 7. My editor can go back and see if I'm right. I'm going to move this, clean up a little bit, and then we'll be almost done with this recipe for now anyway. So I put down some plastic wrap because we're going to wrap this up and put it in the refrigerator. And I'm going to sort of turn out my dough onto it and pat it into, I think she says, a square. There's a lot of flour in there. So I'm just going to use my hands because I'm going to need to anyway and get all of this dough out of here. Try not to get it all over my counter. This dough should be very malleable. So we're supposed to form it into a square and pat it down, flatten it a bit. I've got my square about, oh, I don't know, an inch-ish thick. Doesn't really matter at this point. We just need to wrap it up and put it in the refrigerator for an hour minimum, up to 3 days, or you can store it in the freezer for a few months, as long as it is tightly wrapped. But we'll be back in about an hour to bake it up. This has been in the refrigerator for a little over an hour, probably close to 2. And my oven is heated to 350 degrees. I'm supposed to roll this out between like 2 sheets of plastic or wax paper. I've got my parchment that I'm going to use. Okay, phew, I was like, what is that? My plastic picked up some green from what it was sitting on in the refrigerator. It's fine. I'm going to use the parchment that I'm going to put on the pan. I'll try to kind of center it. I'm going to bake it on that parchment. And so then I just will have to transfer the parchment to it, right? That should work. Got my new rolling pin. That was a Christmas present that has, this should help me get this to be exactly a 1/4 inch thick all around. Don't know if I'll like it. Don't know if I'll hate it. We'll see. But we're supposed to roll this out basically to fit the parchment, however long. I think she says like 5 by 11, whatever. It just shouldn't go over the parchment because that's how big the pan is. So I'll be rolling here for a while because it's a little. All right, I think that worked out pretty well. I think it's the right thickness. I'm gonna put this away and move this to my. Okay, last step before we bake. I have some egg yolk. I happen to have some pre-separated in the refrigerator, mixed with a few drops of water, just doing sort of a glaze for the color on this. We're going to try to get it all over. So the last step, the actual last step, now that we have that egg yolk mixture on the entire surface, we're going to use the back of a fork to make a crosshatch pattern. So I'm going to just going to start in the middle just to make it a little easier on myself. Maybe, kind of, sort of. And just make these lines across the whole thing. And then the other way. She has hers that sort of like to make diamonds, not squares. So do it at a little bit of an angle. Okay, hopefully that's good enough. Now we're going to put this in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes until it is uniformly golden. So I'll let you know how long that takes me when I decide it's done, and show you what it looks like and let you know what we think in just a minute. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make salted butter breakups from Dory Greenspans around my French table. And I thought I would like these a lot better than I did. They're fine. I think it needed a little more salt. Maybe my kosher salt, because my kosher salt is not as salty. We've talked about this so many times. So I did use my kosher salt. I did use the whole amount, but I feel like it needed a little more salt to actually feel kind of like salted butter. My daughter said she put some extra salt on hers and she liked it that way. She does like things salty. And I do also feel like I probably put a little too much water in it. So instead of being sort of butter cookie, like they were a little tough. So I might have overworked it, adding too much water, a little bit too much moisture in there. So I did end up adding more than the recipe called for because I felt like I needed it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just need to, pour it out, let it alone for a while, let it hydrate, because sometimes that helps. Kind of like a pastry pie crust. So, and the edges of mine got very dark. More of my edges got dark than the ones here. I did like my new rolling pin with the guides on both sides. I think that worked out really well. And it was really pretty with the cross hatching, but I do feel like because mine was had a little bit too much water in it, I didn't get quite as pretty of a contrast because I feel like it kind of melted a little bit and didn't look as nice. So I would make it again. I think some flaky sea salts, like some Malden sea salt on the top before you bake it, would also be good instead of more salt in the cookie. And that way, if somebody really doesn't like it, they can always brush it off. But it was just not as good as I expected. It was just a little tough. It was just not the texture that I preferred. The taste was okay. A little more salt would have been better, but the texture was not great. And that was probably on me. So learn from me and maybe don't put too much water in. I'll have to try it again and see if it works for me, leaving it a little bit less doughy, a little bit less water in it. Put the maximum, I'll try it with at most the maximum amount of water in the recipe. But if you've enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried this and had no problems, or if you've had the same problem. I'd love to hear from you. And come back and watch me make something else next week.